Welcome to a quick start guide on how to read an inch micrometer to the thousandths place. Let's get started by describing several key parts of the micrometer. The main parts you'll see are the anvil, the spindle, the main scale, circular scale, the thimble, and the ratchet stop. With this micrometer, we'll be able to measure up to 0.0001 hundred thousandths of an inch all the way to 1.0000 using its vernier scale. But in this tutorial, we'll be focusing on reading to 1,000ths place, which is 0.001. To take an accurate measurement, you'll need to understand how to read the main scale and the circular thimble scale. On the main scale, you'll see whole numbers from 0 to 9. Each number represents 100 thousandths, or 0.100, 0.200, 0.300, and so on. Between each 0.100 mark, you'll notice 3 smaller notches. First notch is 0.025, second notch is 0.050, third notch is 0.075. Think of them as quarters of a hundredth, 25, 50, 75 thousandths. The circular scale rotates and is divided into 25 markings. One full rotation equals 0.025 on the main scale. So as you turn the thimble, you'll add whatever number on the main scale shows plus the thousandths lined up on the circular scale. On this first example, we will be using a bolt head to get a precise measurement. Place the bolt head between the measuring faces and tighten the ratchet stop until you hear the ratchet click. Do not use the thimble, this will apply too much pressure which can lead to miscalculation. Now we will look at our scale. On the main scale, the number 5 is visible. This would represent 0.500. If you look at the right at the circular scale, you will notice it has not completed a full rotation because the first notch is not visible yet, which is 0.025. Find where the line from the main scale lines up directly to the circular scale. You can see here that 10 is right below the main scale line. When measuring, you always go by the number that is aligned with the main scale line or below. So here we have 0.010. We will now add them together. Since our scale is a 0 to 1 inch, the first number would be 0.000 plus 0.500 plus 0.010 would equal to 0.510, or 510 thousandths of an inch. For our second example, we're going to measure a washer. We're going to go ahead and install the washer between the measuring faces. Use the ratchet stop to apply a good amount of pressure. Make sure you hear the ratchet. Stop right there. Lock it in place. And we're going to go ahead and read the scale now. Let's start by taking a look at the main scale. On the sleeve, the only visible number is 0, followed by 3 graduations. Remember, each notch on this scale represents 0.025. So if we multiply 0.025 by 3, we get 0.075. That gives us the value from the main scale. Now we need to add the value from the circular scale on the right. Looking at the circular scale, the main line almost lines up with the third notch, but it's not perfectly aligned. So we use this notch just below it, which gives us 0.002. Now let's add everything together. 0.000 plus 0.075 plus 0.002. That equals 0.077, or 77 thousandths of an inch. This completes the quick tutorial. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful and that you learned something new today. More videos are on the way soon. Stay tuned, have a great one, and I'll see you next time.